Hi, my name is Rebecca and welcome to Yarn and Pajamas. Today is December the 31st, 2003. So happy New Year's Eve, everybody. I'm recording this and it is about 9 o'clock. It just turned 9. And I wanted to come on here and hang out with you guys because today is my Podiversary. 3 years ago today, I recorded my very first video for YouTube and started a whole new journey for myself. And I can say that I have loved every minute of these past 3 years hanging out with all of you guys and making new friends along the way and trying new things. And yeah, it's been fun. So I made myself a cup of coffee. I know it's kind of late at night, but I have a slight bit of a headache and I think it may be a caffeine related because I only had 1 cup of coffee today. So I'm going to sip on this coffee and hang out with you guys and talk about this past year. You may hear Beatles. He is trapped in the bathroom. We call it a puppy jail. He refuses to go to the bathroom and he has been sick. So it's just easier to clean up messes if it is in the bathroom. So if you hear him, that's what he's complaining about because he wants to be in here. Okay, so this past year, let's start off with some 2023 goals that I made for myself. I made 3 goals, and the first goal is make 3 items for the fair. The second goal was to learn how to corner crochet. And the third goal was to make 1 towel topper per month. So honestly, guys, I could not remember what my goals were, how many I had. I took a chance on where I had the goals written down, and it was in my like crochet journal that I had before. So out of these 3 goals, I accomplished 1. I made a corner-to-corner blanket, and it was a cowl that was hosted by Litza at Coco's Crochet. And I decided to do the corner-to-corner stitch on her cowl so that I could learn how to do it. I used Terry at Yarn Tory Podcast. I used her tutorials to help me learn how to make the corner-to-corner stitch, and I loved it. I do have a sleeping whip, or it's like every now and then whip, that is a corner-to-corner blanket that I work on from time to time. I'm in no hurry for it, so it's a nice little palette cleanser, I guess, when I want to like take a break from the things I'm working on. So the 3 goals, yes, I accomplished 1. This year, I am going to write my goals out and put them somewhere that I can see them like throughout the year. I don't exactly know how I'm going to do this yet. I don't know if maybe I can maybe just like print them out and like some pretty design, like artsy like type graphics, and maybe put it in a frame and put it somewhere that I'll see it every day, like in my room or something like that. I don't know, but I definitely need to be able to see the goals so that I can remind myself, hey, you have goals that you need to complete. So let's talk about 2024 goals. Well, actually, first, before we talk about goals for next year, let's continue talking about the things from this year. Ooh, let's take a sip. So first, this year, I did keep up with all of my yarn bands that I used throughout the year. And look, guys, I cannot believe that I've used so many yarn bands, and they're just falling everywhere. So I thought about totaling these up, but I thought that would kind of give an unfair representation because some of these were full skeins that I completely used, and some were not. And some were skeins that just had like a little bit left, and I turned it into a scrap ball. So I thought, well, it'll just be cool to save them just to see like how many I go through, because I was thinking that it wouldn't be a lot, and this was way more than anything that I thought it would be. So I thought that that was pretty cool, and it showed me that, yeah, I kind of do use some yarn throughout the year, even though it feels like I don't. So I'm going to toss these in the trash and keep my little bag here and start all over for this upcoming year and see how many yarn bands I can collect this year. I thought that was like kind of fun. Okay, so now let's just kind of like sum up my year about like what all I crocheted this year. I can say that my crochet was quite diverse this year. Like I done a lot of different types of projects. So the first thing, I made like 2 purses / bags. I made the cupcake drawstring bag and also the mushroom satchel. I made 3 wreaths, and these 3 wreaths were part of the year-long collaboration I'm having with Lori at Lori Hooks. We are still working on our winter wreath, so stay tuned for that. I made 6 gnomes this year. That's a good number, 6. And 2 were sleeping gnomes, so they were like partially made, and I just kind of like finished them up, but I'm including them in there. I made just 3 Amy's. Let's see. I think one was Rosa Parks. One was, I can't remember, but I'll put pictures of them up. I made 3 sets of coasters, 2 succulents, and some sunflower coasters. I made 2 sets of pot holders, and when I say sets, like there were like at least 2. I think one of the sets had 3 because one was kind of like a scrap of all of them together. Made 4 coffee cozies, and I made these for Danette. I made some comfort hearts. I made 9 of them. I made 1 lovey. I made that for Danette as well. I made 1 wall hanging. That was the beehive wall hanging, and I gave that wall hanging to my brother. He said that he liked it, and I wanted him to have it since he said he liked it. I'm also going to be making another one of those. I'll be starting it pretty soon because he asked me to make one for someone that he works with. I made 1 tissue box cover. That was the hamburger tissue box cover that I made from the Twinkie Chan's A Crochet Abode a la Mode, I think is the name of the book. I made 1 blanket, and that was my cow from Litz's Coco's Crochet, and it's currently on the back of my chair. Me and Biddles did sleep with it the other night. I made 1 hat. That was my witch's hat. 1 garland. That was my candy cane garland. Not my candy cane, candy corn garland. I made 1 doily. It was a sunflower. And I made 4 patriotic ribbons. I also made some Cadbury egg covers. I don't know how many of those I made. I didn't count them, but there were, I'm going to say at least 10 or more. I also made a ton of snowflakes, 25 to be exact. I have some of them back here. Here are the worsted weight ones. Well, some of the worsted weight ones. I made 25 of these for Vlogmas this year. And then I made the Advent. I didn't count these as Amy's, but I made the Advent for the 2021 Amigurumi Adventures. I made some of the things from that. I didn't really want to count that as amigurumis though. So that is my crochet year wrap up. I didn't crochet as much as what I thought that I did. Like when I look at Yarnall and like scroll through, it kind of like looks like a lot. I mean, it's not nothing to snub my nose up at, but I was like, I feel like I can do better than this. Like I can make way more stuff than this. But I was in some crochet slumps this year. I had several of them. I had one big one. So hopefully that's not going to be happening this upcoming year. And one way that I am going to combat that is to not like force myself to crochet things that I don't want to crochet. So that is one of the things that I wanted to talk about too here tonight, was that a lot of the times, like especially when people ask me to make things for them, I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll make that. And then I start working on it and I don't like it. And then I'm like, and then forcing myself to work on it because I have to work on it because I said I'd make it, then puts me into a slump, and then I don't want to crochet anything. So this year, I'm just going to try to scale back on that a little bit. I'm going to work on things that bring me joy. And if something's not bringing me joy, then I am just going to stop working on it and rip it out and move on. Because if it's not bringing me joy, it's not adding anything to my life, it is actually taking away. And we don't want to do that, right? We want crochet to be fun. It should be fun. And for me, the fun part about crochet is like enjoying the journey of the crochet, because I think it was Terry at Yarn Joy podcast. She was talking about like I guess like the motivation of the crochet is the enjoyment that you get from the actual crochet object. Like, you know, this pine cone, like, is the physical object like where you derive your most enjoyment, or the act of making the object? And mine is definitely the act of making. I do love crochet stuff. I love looking at it. I love seeing it. I have crochet stuff that I have crocheted here. But the majority of my stuff I like to give away. I like to share it. I feel like it shares, you know, a part of like my love to other people. I do have quite a few of my gnomes are still with me. They're up on a shelf behind you guys. And Rosa Parks is back there. I don't want to let go of her. I really like her a whole lot. But other than that, the majority of the things that I make, I like to give them away to other people. So, with that being said, I derive my enjoyment from the act of making. So therefore, that is when I work on things, that's where my enjoyment mostly comes from. So if I don't like what I'm working on, I'm just not going to work on it. And that's just how it's going to be. And if it's something that I say that I'm going to make for someone and then I'm into it and I don't like it, I'm just going to be like, hey, I'm not going to finish this, and move on from it, and not be afraid to say that. Have some coffee grounds in my coffee. And not be afraid to say that. We shouldn't be afraid to say things like that, should we? So this year, I plan to have a full year of crochet enjoyment. Yes. So let's talk about the upcoming year and some things that I want to do, some goals that I want to have for myself. And that one is not like I said, crochet for my own enjoyment is going to be a lifestyle. It's not a goal, it's a lifestyle. It's what I'm going to do from now on, because I want crochet to be something I enjoy, and therefore it's from now on it's going to be. So one of my goals is the fair, and I know I didn't even join the fair last year, but I had at least one, I had that wall hanging. I had at least one item I could have put in there, but I didn't because I didn't get information about it until kind of late. And since I didn't get the information until late, I just didn't enter. But this year, I at least want to make one item for the fair and enter it. Even if it's just one little old thing, I'm going to put it in just to enter in the fair. I always have so much fun. So I'm not going to put a lot of pressure on myself. I just want one item, whatever it is. I mean, literally, it could be probably one of the wreaths that I made because, you know, that's a category, wreaths. Okay. My second, so first goal is make at least one item for the fair. Goal number 2 is I want to make some blankets for donations this year. I want to use up some of my worsted weight yarn that I have accumulated, and I have totes and totes and totes and totes and totes of yarn, but I don't use a whole lot of it. So I want to use some of this yarn up, and one of the biggest ways for me to use that up would be blankets. And I thought, wouldn't it be great to have some blankets for donation at Christmas time in 2024? So that is going to be one of my goals, like granny square blankets, like super easy blankets, like mindless, like crochet palette cleansers. So I'm really looking forward to that. I already have in mind that I want to do like a green, like a shades of green and a cream colored, like main color kind of scrappy blanket. Yeah, I've got that in my head right now, so that's kind of what I want to do first. So that'll be something that I can look forward to. And then I want to revisit this towel topper goal, and I'm going to put it back on my list. I want to make one towel topper a month. I don't think that that's too like crazy, and I already know I like making towel toppers because I have made them in the past. Julie at KS Mom Crochets, she shared her, like how she makes her towel toppers, and I really like her style of it, so I am going to be doing that again. Yes, so those are my 3 goals for 2024. What has your guys's crochet year looked like? Did you make all of the things that you wanted to make, or do you have things left over? Yeah, well, that is my year, my review of 2023. I'm going to hop off of here and edit this video and finish drinking this lovely cup of coffee. I've discovered cold brew coffee. Excuse me. And I really like it. And I like to drink mine hot, so I just heat it up in the microwave for a few minutes. But it is so much less acidic than regular, like, hot brewed coffee that it's not been bothering my heartburn. So I've been enjoying my coffee a lot more. Okay, guys, I hope you guys have a safe and happy New Year's. And I look forward to hanging out with you guys so much in 2024. I appreciate all of the time that you guys have spent with me over these past 3 years. I know that our time is precious and that we have so little time that is free, and that you choose to spend your time with me just makes me so happy, and I truly, truly appreciate it. And like I said, I wish you guys a safe and happy New Year's, and I will see you guys next year. Bye.